Hey everybody, it's Millie with Crafting in My PJs. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here today. So if you're new, welcome. This channel is devoted to simple, easy crafts simple, quick, easy crafts that anybody can do. I always mess up those words. No artistic talent required. And if you're a returning friend, thank you for coming back. I really appreciate it. Today, we are going to work on a slimline card. Now, I can tell you this is not as basic as some of the other cards we have made. I've always tried to keep my cards beginner level so that you didn't have to have a lot of tools. But I happen to be making this card specifically for an event that I'm attending toward the end of the month, and it's called the Acadiana Croppers Tack, and it is a scrapbooking crop. Now, I don't really scrapbook too much anymore. I do a lot of junk journaling, I do some card making, I do some general Dollar Tree crafts, but I do enjoy going to this crop. They're fun, they have a lot of activities, they have a lot of people I have seen for years and years, and then they'll have some classes that you can purchase to attend, that you can pay to attend. And the crop is usually held over half Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and half Sunday. So you can say, I think as late as midnight. In the past, I used to get a hotel room, even though it was in the city, so I didn't have to drive home at night. But my hotel partner doesn't attend anymore, so I just come home and, spend some time with the hubby. So the other thing that we do at these crops is we do exchanges or swaps, they're called. And so in Monday's video, I put together my whimsy jar, which was for one of the swaps. And X number of people, whatever they designate, sign up for these swaps. And then somehow as you get there, they're exchanged and you have somebody else's project that they have made. Well, today I signed up for two handmade cards, and today's card is a slimline card. 10 people sign up, that's the limit. They cut it off. You make a card according to the specifications they give you, and then when you get there, everybody lays their stacks on the table and you just do round robin and you go pick up one card from each stack. And so at the end, you end up with 10 different cards. One of them, the original card you made, not purchased, made. And so it's a great way to get a variety of handmade cards in your stash. And so after we do our two card swaps in a couple of weeks, I will film and show you all the different beautiful handmade cards. So many people, so talented, way more talented than me. I have to rely on others and then just a little bit of creativity to make my cards. So I'm going to take you through some of the process of making this slimline card. It's a new card for me. I am not used to making slimline cards. I am used to taking an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, either folding it in half and making, whatever that comes out, 5.5 by 8.5, or I make the smaller A4 cards, I think they're called. Oh, that might not be A4. 5.5 by 4.25 cards. So this will be different. So hopefully you'll join me and you'll like it. Now today we're going to work on making the prototype. So once I make one, then I will be making 9 more of these. So let me show you what I have. I also try to make my cards without purchasing a bunch of stuff. That just kind of defeats the whole purpose. So I need to use up some of this stash that's in here. All right, before we get down to the table, if you are a subscriber, thank you. I appreciate it. If you are new to this channel, please consider giving me a like and subscribing. And those subscribers, a like would be great from you too. So let's get down to the table. All right, so on the table, you can see I have spread out some stuff. All right, so let's go over what the rules are for the Whimsy card. No, the Slimline card. Oh my gosh, I need more coffee. Hold on. This is a 2 coffee kind of morning. All right, so I will also put the information for the Acadiana croppers, if that would be something you would ever want to look into doing. They do have people that come in from out of town for this. The crop is always toward the end. It's the weekend after Father's Day in June. So, yeah, that's it. All right, so this is Lori Ruello. She is a Stampin' Up! Rep, and she is the one who now runs these crops. So does a great job. She's wonderful. All right, so it's a happy birthday an adult. So of course our sentiment on the card is going to be something happy birthday. And Slimline card. So Slimline card is a tall card that fits into a business size envelope. Cut your 8.5 by 11 cardstock to 7 and 8.5 and fold it in half the long way. This is the perfect size for a number 9 or number 10 size envelope. The finished size is 3.5 by 8.5, and your card is to have 3 layers or 2 layers plus an embellishment, and decorate the envelope as well. You must include the envelopes. All right, so those are the rules. So what do I do when I have something like this? Well, the first thing I do is I go to Pinterest, and I look on Pinterest, and let's see. I think I have tack. Okay, tack 2023, and so I had my Slimline envelope because I felt like I probably would be making the envelopes, and I just put in my search Slimline card. And now, not all of these are the Slimline cards. Some of these are the other things I have to make. And so then I just started pulling things that I like and putting in that that file. So this is the one I really liked with the flowers. It's by, let me get you closer so you can, oops, that's not closer. I will get you closer this way. Hold on, let it focus. Joanne Grasmick. I tried clicking on it. It doesn't say when she posted this originally, and there really was no there was nothing like it's view or saved. So there were no instructions. There was just more like this. So I don't know if it's been a while, and so she doesn't have anything up anymore. So I like the flowers. I like the embossed background. So this is what we're going to emulate, but we're going to use our supplies, my supplies, and we're going to see what we come up with. And I don't know how I'm going to work the card. I'll let you know in a minute when we get to that. All right, so I cannot turn this off because I have to read those directions again. So let's see. So before I get to reading the directions, I will show you this. Let's see, can I pull you back now? Yes. All right, so flowers were on the front of the card, and I had this in my stash. So it is not something I can send you to find. And why does it have dust all over it? It's by Flea Market. Okay, I guess I'll bring it back in. Flea Market, and it's called the stupid glare, Embossed Punch-Out Pad. And to ask where I got it, I have no idea, but I can tell you this. It was probably Hobby Lobby. That's Hobby Lobby's sticker, and it was on a clearance rack. So I love to shop clearance racks. So I bought this. I wanted to use this because I've had it for a very long time, and I needed to get rid of it. So what a great way to use up all these wonderful flowers. I was just getting ready to punch them all out and put them like in my embellishment box. So you can see they came, and it's double-sided, so you have one color on one side, another color on another, and there were pages and pages to of each design, like paper design. And then now we're getting to the big ones. These are too big for a card, or at least the card we're making. And then kind of some doilies, which, to tell you the truth, I forget I have these, and so I haven't used them for projects that I really could have. They said embossed. I thought the embossing was so that maybe you could bend them and make them like three-dimensional. I'm not sure. And at the very end, so I'm going to have to find some projects to use these up. I love the colors. I love this dusty rose, this blue. The green is even nice. I like that. Green's not my favorite color, but all right. And then they had leaves in the back. So if we decide we want to add in some leaf embellishment, we can. But remember, this has got to go for 10 cards. So if I put 2 flowers on a card, that's going to be 20 flowers I need to make. And so basically these flowers are made to stack, just like that. You can stack 2, you can stack 3, and then put like a brad or a pearl in the middle to give it the middle. So that's my intention for the flowers. So I'm going to leave these on the side because typically when you make these cards, you make 10 identical cards. Well, my cards aren't going to be totally identical because my flowers will be different. But I am determined that I use up these flowers. So just by chance, Michael's had a sale on paper. They always do, like it's every other week, every couple of weeks. And so I was there, and it was buy one, get one free, or half price, or something like that. And I happened to pick up this pack, and it had blues and this off-white, this cream color, and some browns. And I thought that would be, just very neutral colors for projects. And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to take the cream color card out of here as our base card. So we'll need 10 of those. And there are 10 of every color, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So if I make a mistake, I'm going to have to replace it somehow. And then we'll probably put either this, or even possibly one of these colors behind this cream color. No, on top of this cream color. And then we will use another, it might even be white, I'm not sure, to do our embossing. Now, the embossing that was on the back of the card said happy birthday. I do not have embossing folders like that. And is that necessary? No, it's not necessary at all. But I do have, this is what I have. I think I had one more and I didn't even pull it out because it wasn't appropriate. So I don't have anything that says happy birthday, but I do have these circles, and those are one of my favorite embossing designs to use. I had a lot more of this stuff, and I decided I wasn't doing card making or paper crafting anymore, and I gave it all away. So this is what I have left, but I think that would be pretty with the flowers. All right, so let's go ahead and open our paper, and let's cut down and see what is that number? 3.5 by 8.5 looks like. Well, in opening up the paper, I made a decision to change my mind about the blue. I decided that the base of the card, let's see, okay, so I'm going 7 inches. It says 7 inches. And then this is already 8.5. So this is our card. 7. All right. For various reasons, in order to have the quantity of what I need, I'm going to need to figure out that blade. All right, so here is our card, and we fold. Oh, it's not as big as I thought. I thought it was going to be more long. All right, so there's our card. So our card is 7. Oh, 3.5. No, I did not do this right. You see, I've already messed up. All right. Oh, because I folded it wrong. All right. Oh, I folded it wrong, and now I've got a crease in the middle. That's okay. That's okay. Because remember, one of these cards is for me. So if I don't have a replacement card, oh God, I can't believe I did that. All right, so fold it in half. This is just our prototype. 3.5 by 8.5. All right, now we have that. So then I figured we would put a neutral color. This neutral color, because a lot of this I have neutral colors in, and then we're going to use the cream on top, and then our colors will show, and then we're going to have to use a patterned paper on the bottom because our embossing will only go this far. So then there will be a piece of patterned paper here, and then our flowers will go over that intersection. All right, so now what size am I cutting this? 3, I took off 1/4 of an inch, so that leaves 1/8 of an inch around. And I don't even need the whole thing, but yes, I do, because the colors have to go on it. All right, so 8.5, so 8.5 is here by 3.5. So 2, 3. All right. 3.5. So we obviously can get more out of this one than the base card. And hopefully I have another blue. I'm gonna take out a. All right, so I can get 3 of these, and this is going to be. Oh, I think I did a little too much. All right, maybe, 3.25, Millie, 3.25, and I got to cut off a little bit of the end. All right, so we're going to cut down our matting to 3.25. There we go. That takes off 1/4 of an inch, which will give us a little bit of blue showing through. And I have to take off 1/4 here because I cut it too long. All right, so there we go. There's our matting. All right, so that's our first matting. Now we're going to cut down this 3. This is going to be 3 inches. And I don't know how long. I'm wondering if I should go this way, and then I might be able to get 4 out the page. Okay, let's do that. All right, let's do this. So 3 inches. Now, how long is this embossing card? Embossing folder. Oh, I guess if I did it the right way. 5.5. 5.5, so half of this. All right, so 5.5. All right, now I'm going to run this through my embossing folder. This is done with a Big Shot or any kind of embossing machine. That's why I said this really didn't follow my my simple, easy, no tools required kind of thing. But since it's being made for tack, it's a little bit different. All right, I'm going to be right back. All right, did some cutting. And I do have my measurements written down so that I can put them in the description below if you would want to try to follow this card. And if you don't have an embossing machine, that's fine. Just use maybe a coordinating piece of paper or even just plain cream paper. It doesn't have to be embossed. All right, so my top portion right here is 3 by 5.25. And then my bottom portion is 3 by 2.75. The reason, and there's like 1/8 of an inch that it'll be overlapping. And I left that way. That way I could position things the way I wanted. So now I don't want to adhere to here because I have this crease in the wrong place. And even though it's my prototype, if it works out, it's going to be one of the 10 cards. So hold on a second. Let me see if I have another sheet that's similar to this. Be right back. Well, what do you know? I did. And I mean, I didn't go into the other paper that's in the pack, but I did. I had another sheet in my box here, and that will work, right? All right. Okay, so let's, we're going to tape. And I said I was going to overlap on top. So let's tape this down first. This is my favorite tape. Oh, Lord help us. This is my favorite tape for scrapbooking or card making. It's this Scotch double stick. I get it. I used to get it at Sam's, and they might still have it. I don't know. But Amazon has it, and 6 rolls is about $20, which is a really good price for if you were going to buy it. Oh, Lord help us. Look at this. I'm doing this backwards. Y'all, this is why I have to do a prototype. Oh, my God. Oh, where did I get the pattern paper? I don't know if I told you that. Again, in my paper stash. This was the paper pack it came from. No idea where I got it from. This is ancient. Doesn't even have a back to it. I've got, out of the 180 pages, have this. Probably the other half of this pad is in the on the rack somewhere, but I don't know. All right, so that was the paper pack, and I picked it because it was not too busy, yet it has this pink and this blue and this green and this brown in it. It has all of the colors that we are using. All right, so I'm placing this on, just making sure everything lines up right here. There we go. And then this is going to go on here like this. So let's get this glued on. I'm looking at something while because I also had these adorable, I've knocked over 4 things while I'm talking to you. Okay, I do. I have a few of these blue flowers. I don't know if I have 10 because I put them in the whimsy jar. I might. Those are kind of cute, and they match the blue. And they would be good on top of one of the flower clusters. All right, there you go. I think I've met my requirements for my number of layers, and we're adding flowers on top of it. So let's get one or two. Okay, so if you went big like this, you'd actually have to go like that. That could work. And then maybe a cute little, I don't know. All right, this is going to take me a minute. I'll be right back. All right, just to get you a little caught up, because I have a tendency to, I'm looking for glue. Well, where all my Eileen's glue went? Son of a gun. I guess I can use tape. All right, to get you caught up, I put a piece of ribbon to cover up my seam. I didn't like my seam showing. I happen to have this ribbon. I don't know. I think it's Hobby Lobby ribbon. I'm really not sure. Either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. But, you know, any coordinating ribbon. I took 3 pieces. That's what I'm going to go with. So every card will have a larger flower, a smaller flower, and then probably one of, and this one I could actually do a green one and kind of keep the green theme, or I could do the blue. How many blues do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they're gonna have to. So let's do a green, and all right. So let's tape that on real quick since I can't find my my Eileen's. I guess I'll use my. it does not, this ribbon is hard to stick. I did fold the ribbon under the second matting, and that way the edges don't show. Though you could cut your edges, and you could ink all of this if you like to ink. Here's where I'm going to use the glue gun. Ooh, that came out really fast. Did not intend for that to come out fast. Okay, there we go. Now, our card needs 2 more things. I think I will probably cut a piece of cream cardstock or lighter cardstock to go in there. And we need a happy birthday. And I have this green pine needles by Tim Holtz. Again, got it on a clearance rack. So let's see if this, and I have these packs. Got these on sale at Michael's, I think at Michael's, because I knew I was going to be making cards and I gave everything away. So, I want a smaller happy birthday. I think we'll go with that. And actually, if I wanted to, this one, it says, may your wishes come true. I could stamp that in the middle. And like I said, you could come back and you could, is that going to fit? It will fit this way. All right, not liking that green. I went through everything I had. And actually, that would have been okay, I think. But it was light. So then I went with what kind of pink? So I took the pink, I took the scrap cream color, because we have some scraps left over from cutting this down, stamped it on there. If you don't have stamps, you could always print this out on your printer, then cut it down. And then I did all of this by hand. There's no measuring. I wanted to make sure things showed on all sides, so I had to go cut it down a couple of times. I put this same ecru or khaki color, oops, that didn't help, khaki color behind it so it stood out. And of course I had to go in and fix this. I just used the lighter blue instead of the white, the cream. And I could stamp that sentiment, where was it? I had on here, which is kind of nice. May all your wishes come true. Hope your day is full of fun. One of those. I could stamp that on the inside. And then that way the person would have some, or you can just leave it blank and there you go. I'm getting ink all over everything. You could leave it blank and then the person can write what they want on the inside. And I'm going to have to go fix that. All right, so we have our card done. Let's see how we're going to handle making an envelope. All right, I have to think about this. I'll be right back. All right, so to make the envelope, I went back to my trusty old Pinterest. I found this board. It doesn't really have anybody's name on it. Let's visit the site real quick. It says ecards.sbs. I can view page maybe. I just want to give them credit. It looks like I don't know who it's from. Okay. So what I did was I took out my trusty scoreboard here. Let's see if I can get you back up. Leave this right there. All right. I decided we would use the lighter color, but it's darker than the cream, but it's still lighter. Yeah, I figured it all went together. So I laid it on landscape. I laid it on landscape like this, took my scoring bone folder thing, okay, and so it says 2.5 right here, right there. So I came over 2.5 and I scored. And then the next one right here is 6.5. And you kind of have to look at it like by this way and then by this way. So we're going across. So the next one is, no. Is it 6.5? Oh, I scored the wrong way. Let's try one more time. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it was a long way, not horizontal, long way. All right, so we're going to score 2.5. Portrait mode. There you go. And then 6.5. Yes, that's right. So I have this. Then I turn it landscape, and I'm going to go, let's see if you can see it up here, 1.5. So we're going to do 1.5. Oops, that one came out of the line. There we go. 1.5. Then my next one is 10.5. 10.5 down here. All right, so if you look at it, and if you can see, it's line here, line here, line here, line here. So you have all your lines, and then these squares right here, you're going to cut out, and you can miter the edges just a little bit. Let me show you mine. So here it is. So I cut out right here, right here, right here, and right here. I mitered the edges just a touch. These close over like that, and we're going to glue it or tape it or something. Then this folds up like that, and it makes your bottom. And then you have your top, and they rounded the corners, which in that other video, that other picture. So I went ahead and I did that. And you can take your score, your bone folder, back of a pair of scissors, and you can kind of score these folds so that they stay over. So then, since my envelope is supposed to be decorated, I took some of the patterned paper, and I have enough that I can do all of that and do 10 of them. And I just covered the flap, and then I don't think I want to put anything here, because if you're actually going to send it in the mail, you need this clear, right? So I'm going to do that, and then I will take the tiny flowers with probably some sort of something in the middle, like a little gem or something, or just a solid piece of colored paper that I punch out with a hole puncher. And I'll glue it right there, and that'll kind of be like your seal. And that'll be it. So here's our card. Here's our finished card. And I only have to go make 9 more of them. So I have, and it does fit. It's a little on the wide side, but I think if you have decoration and everything, you're going to want that. You're going to want that give. Let's see, so it'll slip in. Perfect. I hate when you can't get a card in and out of an envelope. All right, so we have our card. We have our inside with our ink on it. We have our envelope with our decorated flap. And then we'll have a little flower right there. Depends on, like these are double-sided. I could pick any color. How you like that? What do you think? All right, we are finished. So there's my prototype for my Slimline card. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you try and copy it. Even though you may not have a book of flowers that you can punch out, just flower punches. Or if you have a Cricut, of course, you can cut out of a Cricut. But I'm trying to think of those people who don't have a whole bunch of supplies. And you can see I don't either. I've given a lot of things away. And what I do have is old and off of clearance racks. So, but I just thought this was really cute. All right, there you go. Slimline card. Thanks, everybody. I will see you next time. Next time I have to make a shaker card. So I've never done that before either. So that'll be fun. Join me for that. All right, bye.